There we go. Oh, excuse me. Uh-oh. Where's Ruby? Why? Good morning. It is a whopping 4 degrees Celsius out right now. Hello, winter. Today is my second day out of 7 in a row that I am choring for our sweet Carissa, because she is currently en route to Nashville, Tennessee for the week. So Lucy, literally, why right there. Before we start chores this morning, I do have a scheduled vaccination that we have to do with our ewes that are due here in just under 6 weeks. I like to do my Clostridial vaccine right after I hoof trim. Usually I do it at the same time, but I hoof trimmed a week early. I'm gonna do that quick this morning and then do chores and then see what's left in the day, because we have a Thanksgiving dinner to go to at 1, I think. Hello, miss. Where's your sister? Okay, I have a Gallagher session set up for these guys. I like to keep track of any sort of vaccinations or big sorts that I do with these ladies, just to have them on the books, on the records. So I'm probably gonna, I have the back gate shut, so I'm gonna go through and vaccinate them all first and then go through and scan their tags. And then I have it already auto sort of populated that it will say they got vaccinated with Glamvac. Glamvac is a vaccine that covers Clostridial and also Caseus CL, if you will. I always screw up the second name. It's like Caseus lympho blah blah blah. Just sort of wanted to show you what we keep track of here, if we even can see this, hopefully. So under activities, I have Glamvac. This is the ewe. When you scan the tag, all her data just comes up here, her life data. But so this now, like if I went to check in a few months as to the last time she was vaccinated, you go to activity history and it would have all the stuff here that we've done with her. I often go through these jobs quick and I don't like go through sort of this back end stuff with you guys as much. I still use the old Gallagher. I've been talking to Belinda a little bit more about Flock Watch. She said they've done a lot more updates to it. So I'm gonna keep using the Gallagher until this unit. I don't want to even put this out in the universe because we're very superstitious, but until this unit goes on the blitz for me, I'm going to keep using her. Melissa came a few months ago to sort of experiment with the newest version, and there were some things about it I didn't love. So until this guy dies, and if the Gallagher, the new one, doesn't get sort of updated, then I may think about switching back to Flock Watch again, but we'll see. I just have so much history on this guy that it's really, really hard to change. I'm an old dog. All right, ladies, that was pretty seamless. Okay, you have to go to the left this time, because I got to get the ewes behind you. There you go. Come on. This is day one of their close-up ration, so I'm going to run the camera so when I'm editing I can see if anyone is backing up when I'm feeding. All right, everything looks good. They all seem to be right at the bunk. Probably part of the reason they look like this is because the ration itself is a little yummier this morning. We added some distiller's grain, which is the best smell ever. It feels like you're in the back of a brewery kind of. Oh God, it smells so good. And there's a little more barley in this ration, so they're like attacking it. And the other reason is because, again, this morning the cleanup time was good. Like, there was no feed in the bunk. If there was a little bit of feed left over from yesterday, you wouldn't probably quite see this. You'd have a few that were backed off. But no, they're pretty curious this morning. That's good. If you missed my last video, we're starting the close-up ration about 2 weeks earlier than usual. And we're just keeping a real eye from this point forward if any ewes start to back off the bunk. If they do that, then they need a little paint dot, and we need to keep observing those specific ewes. And if they do it a few days in a row, then I'll have to pull them into a sick pen and check their ketone levels. If they stop eating at this point, then they're in that early stage of preg tox. We don't want that. Ladies, would you like some fresh hay? You two, stop fighting. So update on Ruby Sue. Although they have a ton of beautiful lush grass outside, they just like to be spoiled. And I want to keep Ruby eating. So they have gobbled up the dry hay I put in there last week after I cleaned this barn out. So I'm just going to keep topping it up every few days just to make sure Ruby Sue is eating all the time. If you watch my last video, I'm pretty sure that she's got Madevisna, which means she is just gonna keep losing condition, unfortunately, no matter how much she eats. There's no cure for it. She's somewhat isolated. She's with the Golden Girls. This is a retirement home, so they have come over here to live their final days. So I don't want to put her down unless she shows signs of pain. I guess, over the next, hopefully, few weeks, we can just keep an eye on her and just spend some quality time with her. She's never really liked me, to be honest, and she's just nicely warmed up to me over the last few months. Of course, that happens when they're on their way out, which is really devastating. Anyway, she's eating, which is good. Okay, finally, the front feeder is empty enough that I think I can move it on my own. I did get Jess to help me move the back one, and it didn't seem too bad on my back. So I am gonna attempt to put it in the right position, get the spout in it so I can take the tape off the bottom of the spout and get the feed running. hurt me. That wasn't very nice. Good morning from the Great White North. It's not white yet, but oh man, it feels like it could be. She's chilly. So I'm like suited up. Off to do chores again. I think this is day 3. I have been sort of discussing with Mark when I should be thinking about cleaning out the north side of this barn. It has not been done for a while and it's getting harder to open gates. That's sort of my sign as to when I need to clean the barn. The summer months are so nice in that barn that we don't use a lot of bedding very much because it just stays so dry. It takes that north side a lot longer to build up, but it is starting to be that time of year where the temperature sort of goes up and down like a yo-yo, and then we get a little more condensation in the litter. So I would like to get it cleaned out while we're in a bit of a reprieve. Mark's still shipping out soybeans, and I think he has 2 trucks today, 2 trucks tomorrow, and then I think we're cleaned out, and then we can go like full-on corn. We're wasting a couple nice days, which is just driving Mark crazy. He just really wants to get at corn. It gets really challenging here where we are in Canada. We're in the snow belt. Once the temps start to dip and there's moisture, we can see snow. Makes just road travel treacherous, and the field's really just not desirable for harvest. So we just really like to take advantage of these really, really nice days, dry days, to get as much off as we can. So yeah, so while we have a couple days here, today and tomorrow, I asked him, I'm like, do you think I can just sneak in a barn clean? He said we would see. So there's enough to keep me busy this morning, and then we will regroup at lunch and see if I can start cleaning this barn out. And then after we wean this side of the barn, we can work on the south side. I do want to check the bunks after these ladies were fed their first day of the close-up ration. It is completely licked clean. So that is a good sign. So we'll watch them eat again and just see if any back off, but yesterday was good. You boys need your pen cleaned out. It's getting very thick. Very thick. Looks to be one ewe back there. So I'm gonna have a little look and see what's going on. Right there. So I tried to give her a little paint mark, but my paint can is plugged, it won't work. So that's frustrating, so now I've lost her. So I have to wait for these guys to line up again and maybe she'll reappear. Where's Ruby Sue? Uh-oh. Where's Ruby? There's no Ruby. Here she is. Hi, Ruby. You scared me. You little silly girl. Don't you do that to me. You scared me. Hi. Hey, baby. How are you? Chewing your cud? That's good. You alright? Just hanging out in the sun? Chewing your cud? Tips. Why? If a ruminant's chewing their cud, that's a good sign. Means everything's still working. Hi. Stop chasing me. Alright. You guys keep an eye on her, okay? This took me forever. Oh, but I'm still walking. Good morning, you guys. Did I leave everything a mess? Yes, I did, because this is going to be day 2 of clean out, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use the center alley or not. I'd sort of like it if I didn't have to, if I could maybe just squish these guys in with these guys. Like, not with them, beside them. I'd rather get this job done early in the morning. Sometimes they move better when they're hungry. I am hoping that this side is a little less deep than the one yesterday, because the one yesterday it took me so long to do. Yeah, I'm just getting used to this new speed, and I don't really like it. Okay, so the ewe that I marked yesterday, or barely marked because she ran away, hesitated slightly and then went up and found a spot and ate. There is one ewe laying down and I've noticed she's limping pretty bad. It looks like she has hurt her front shoulder. Yeah, she was up eating and I wonder if she got knocked, so she's just gonna lay down for a bit. There is another job we have to do though right now, and that is open another bag of feed. I texted Courtney this morning and said we do not have a feed sample for that bag. So I sort of gave her the scoop of what this stuff was. This was our wet oatlage. So we're guessing a little bit on moisture, and I gave her sort of the stage that was at, and she's kind of developing a generic ration for the next few days until we get nicely into the bag, and then she can come out and get a real good sample of it. I like to gradually get it into them, so I'm going to take the bag that I'm using right now and add it to it. So then when I scoop it up to fill my mixer every day, you're getting a little bit of both, and then it's not like one day they're getting this and the next day they're getting this. It's like a little bit of a blend over like 2 or 3 days. Sue, how are you doing today? Sitting in the sun. You all look pretty happy in here. Hello, Dips. Hello. I'm definitely a little later getting over here today. I'm usually over here mid-morning. We're a little late, aren't we, Ruby Sue? This is the perfect air and temperature for these guys. It's just a nice, clean, cool, but sunny day. Keeps your litter nice and dry. They're just very content. Everybody likes their clean sheets. I have to say, this group of lambs that we weaned last week are just glorious. I don't know what it is about them. They've been quiet. They've caught right on to the feed and the water, and every time I come in the barn, they're just laying down and calm, and I don't know, it's just, it's nice to see a good group of lambs, and I don't really think there's a better sound than little lambs eating their fresh hay. Thought I would see how the guys made out. Our drywallers came today. We have walls. Holy. That's pretty cool. Whoa. This is their office. Huh. None of this was done until today, so wow, I'm impressed. So what you guys have been missing out on is anytime I'm not in the barn, in the last week or so, I've been in the merch room packaging up the hoodies. I think you saw me do it a little bit in my last vlog. So those are now done. I ran out of plastic to do the t-shirts, so I have a couple more boxes of those left. The next thing I have to do is label the yarn, the skeins of yarn. So I'm going to start cutting my labels. There's so much to do in this launch, and we're gonna start corn tomorrow. That's why I've been sort of sneaking in and out of this room over the last week or so, just getting what I can get done. A little bit stressful.